What's up guys, JV2017 here, and I'm bringing you a new Fallout 4 tips and tricks video. And this time we're looking at another spooky location at the Milton Parking Garage, which sounds very boring, but it has what would best be described as a death maze from a horror movie. I mean, this thing is pretty creepy the first time you go through it. I went through it a second time for this video, and I'm gonna admit I jumped a few times. It's that kind of creepy and spooky and weird. So basically, some crazy person set up dozens of traps throughout this parking garage and made a maze with cardboard, or not cardboard, I guess it would just be wood, and painted arrows along the way to kind of guide whoever stumbles upon this maze. And you can find this maze at an unmarked location near the Fallon department store and the Milton General Hospital. So that's kind of why I call it the Milton Parking Garage. It's right next to it. It seems like it's attached to the hospital. And this is basically the entrance. Once you get into this area, maybe you can fast travel here if you've already been here. But this is what it looks like. And you'll hear a lot of suiciders outside. You do need to watch out for that. And there will be some suiciders we encounter in the garage once we get into the maze. So there are 4 floors to this death maze and different things on each floor. The first floor, you're going to encounter rad roaches, a turret, plenty of traps, and also a puzzle that we're about to get to. So if you hang a right when you go in here, you're not going to find much. You're going to find this creepy dead guy right here. You're going to find some rad roaches, which you can choose to kill or not kill. It really doesn't matter. You could skip this entirely and just go straight, which is what I'm going to show you right here. That's how you advance into the maze even further. So once you're going to come in here, you're going to find all these mannequins. This is our first kind of spooky, creepy thing that we're encountering in this maze. But as you move forward through this room and then to the right, you'll find this puzzle. And this puzzle is something you have to do in order to move forward. And I've sped up right here because it kind of gives you an outline of what you're supposed to do, but I didn't follow that at all. Essentially what I did, if you number the buttons from left to right, I went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and that opened it for me. That might not be the quickest, most efficient way to open up this puzzle, but that's what did it for me. Also, when I was here the first time, I encountered, I believe, a super mutant suicider in one of those cells, so you might want to watch out if you're doing that for the first time. You might see that. Also, if you decide to just go straight instead of go right and look at this puzzle, you'll find this room, which has just got some rad away at the end, but it's not worth it. You're going to get a ton of rads, as you can tell in the bottom left. It's just spiked up by going in that room. That's kind of like a trap room. There's really no point in going in there in the first place. Continuing on from the other side of that puzzle, you're going to go through a windy wooden maze, and you're going to see just more dead people, more creepy situations where whoever did this, whatever kind of psychopath created this, has, gone through the trouble of making arrows, one-way signs, question marks on the wall, killing raiders, killing settlers, putting their heads on a pike, hanging them from chains, just really, really weird stuff. And if you follow the path that I just showed you, you can easily go to the second floor. However, there is a little more to explore on the first floor, so we're going to go and look at that. If you kept going straight instead of heading left towards the second floor, you will find this monkey room, which is creepy. The first time you walk in here, these guys are going to light up and start doing this. I just decided to shoot them because, it's a little creepy. You're going to find some stim packs and other medical supplies on a table in there, so you might want to grab those while you're there. And also, you'll find this turret right here with a Christmas tree. Interestingly enough, I haven't seen a lot of Christmas trees in Fallout 4. There's one in here. I'm not sure what the logic is there, but you'll find a turret in there that's more than willing to kill you. And of course, the star on the top of the tree is a nice, tasteful raider head. Moving on to the second floor, back where I showed you guys before, you're going to encounter suiciders, super mutant suiciders, and plenty of traps. So of course the entrance here, there's going to be one kind of tripwire in the beginning and then a bunch of these bathroom scales. Once you get through those, watch out for these grenade bouquets. There's plenty of these that you can accidentally run into if you're not being careful. And so once you've gotten to the top of that and gotten rid of all those traps, and of course this one right here, make sure you get this one because there is a missile launcher that is armed right at you. If you trip that, it'll shoot it right at you and kill you immediately at the other end of the room. So really watch out for that one right there. As you can tell, there it is set up on this old truck here. Once you get up here, really be careful. And I shot these super mutant suiciders outside. The suiciders that encounter you on this floor, or on this garage floor, I think they come from outside. I don't know how. It doesn't seem like they're inside initially, just judging from the compass on the bottom of the screen. It doesn't seems like they're coming from somewhere when you encounter them on this floor. So I went ahead and killed these guys, but I still encountered 2 more suiciders coming at me once I got to a certain part of this floor. And so my best piece of advice would be to sneak through this area and just kind of observe and listen. You can hear them, they're very loud. Obviously you can hear the beeping. Just watch out, be generally careful and try to shoot for their suicider arm in order to blow them up. That's a lot easier than just shooting, their torso and than getting the mini nuke. I understand if you want mini nukes, but it's a lot easier just to shoot them and have them explode from a distance to make sure that you are safe. Now, there are a lot of useful things lying around for you to pick up that are just waiting for you, and I would encourage you guys to explore when you come in this area if you can do it, if it's not too creepy. But once you come across this point with the triple X and the arrow and, some dead bodies, there's nothing really useful here. Just watch out for that trap unless, you want to have a bad time, basically. All those settlers obviously had a bad time, so you don't want to follow them in suit. So once you get that, that's a thing. And also you can come around this, and as you can tell, this is pretty much the entrance to the second floor. If you just shimmy around here, you're going to find this med kit first aid box with a stim pack and some Rad-X, or it could be different for you. Now, if you're not up for exploring and you just want to get to the end, I understand that too. It's a little creepy in here. So this is starting from the second floor entrance. You're just going to go straight and around this missile trap and then take an immediate left. And then you're going to take another immediate left when you have the opportunity, and another left, so kind of in a circle almost, and follow this path, and that'll get you to the third floor very easily. And the third floor is interesting. All you're going to encounter up here in terms of enemies are ghouls, and I really didn't find many traps. I did jump, though, when this ghoul attacked me out of nowhere. I didn't even see where he was coming from, so that did get me on this floor. But there will be several ghouls you'll have to kill, and there will be a glowing one. And so I didn't really mention the level you should be to encounter this area to come here. I encountered like level 15 to 22s. Obviously, you're seeing a level 3 ghoul right there, but I did encounter some level 15 ghouls. The suiciders are a little higher in level, and then the glowing one you're going to find on this third floor is going to be level 22, and so you're going to have to deal with that. If you're a lower level, that's going to be tough. Glowing ones are a little more tough for lower levels. Again, I didn't find much on this floor, so here it is from the start of the third floor. The direct path to the fourth floor is right here. So you're just going to kind of snake around this area. Watch out for Kate, she might be running at you. And then take a left around this corner where you'll find the glowing one. And then take another left and you're on the fourth floor. Again, there wasn't a lot to explore on that floor. The fourth and final floor is going to have plenty of traps, so make sure when you're looking down immediately when you come on this floor, it's going to be bathroom scales, tripwires, arc mines, all kinds of things like that. And also, it has our prize, the kind of reason we're doing this in the first place. And so once you make your way kind of straight through these traps, you're going to find this open door, which is weird. I believe you can actually get to the fourth floor without doing any of the first 3 floors by going through the hospital. That's kind of the adjacent area right there. You can do that if you wish. It's probably a lot more difficult because there's a ton of enemies in that hospital. But if you keep going to the left, you're going to come across these prize doors, like what's behind door number 3 or whatever. Fortunately, I already knew behind door number 2 is where you want to go. This is where the whole reason you're doing this, the prize, is behind. And right now I'm showing you what happens if you go behind door number 3. You're going to get shot up. Basically, that's the point of door number 3. And door number 1, there's a Tesla arc kind of trap there. So if you go through that, you're not going to have a fun time either. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe these change. These are just static in the world. It's always going to be door number 2, so you don't have to worry about that. And also, if you want a combat shotgun, I believe the weapons in behind door number 3 are going to stay the same, so that might be a good source for that. Moving forward, you're just going to find a few more traps on the floor, maybe 3 more. There's a bomb on the side of the wall, which is something we haven't seen until this point, but you're pretty much home free. And to the left, if you look to the left, there's not really anything to worry about. To the right, you'll find pretty much your prize. And the way this works is you've got 2 different choices, the cage on the left or the cage on the right. The cage on the left, as you can tell, has a combat armor helmet, a mini nuke, and a bunch of fusion cells. On the right, you've got a bunch of aid-based things, some stim packs, some Radaway, those sorts of things. Now, personally, I think the highest value here is the one on the left. The choice on the left definitely seems like the better choice because you don't find a lot of combat armor helmets, you don't find a lot of mini nukes, and also you're going to find some, weapons and whatnot, and maybe even some armor on the left side. On the right side, you're pretty much going to find more of the same. These items are more abundant in the world, so if I were, to try to make the most of this experience, I would definitely go for the one on the left. As you can tell, I got an assault rifle and a combat armor left arm or right arm, mini nuke, fusion cells, and then also a helmet, so definitely a great haul from that. Additionally, if you follow the same path that I'm taking right now, you'll find this room that's going to have a hot rodder magazine. It's kind of this alcove, maybe where the crazy person that made this was living. You're going to find the hot rodder for the pink power armor paint job, if that's, really what you're going for. I don't know if a lot of people want that, but if you're collecting everything, that is where that is. And also weapons workbench, a few other extra things, stim packs, frag mine, other things, odds and ends in here. Finally, if you're looking for a quick way to get out of here and don't want to go all the way back down through the maze, pretty much take a left from where the prize area is and follow this small path. You'll see this barred door, and that's how you can get onto the roof and outside. So Anyways guys, that's all I have for you. I'd like to know, after watching this video, will you explore this maze? Is this something that looks interesting, kind of a spooky, scary place in the game? I think, since we're waiting for DLC, it's, fun to go and find these places and explore them if you haven't found them already. Also, what do you think is the backstory to this location? Do you think this is kind of a Saw-like scenario where someone had this weird obsession with, making these death mazes and making people go through them? And also, which side would you choose? Would you go with the left side that seems to have the more value in terms of caps and rarity, or would you just go for the practical side on the right side? That makes sense too for some people as well. Let me know all of that in the comments section below. Alright guys, today I showed you the death maze in the Milton Parking Garage in Fallout 4, and next time we will cover more Fallout on my channel, so stay tuned for Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new, remember to hit that like button, I would really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe for more unique weapon guides, build guides, and general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time. Peace!